On a mission to save BPL, how newly proposed legislation could possibly lead to its privatization amid a decades-long financial crisis. And road safety alert. Cable Bahamas Engineering Department takes action after weeks of accidents and fatalities. Plus, Soulful Sundays set to debut at Nassau Cruise Port tomorrow. We'll tell you NCP's emphasis on showcasing local talent. Our News Weekend starts right now. This is Our News Weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kendino Knowles, in for Megan Shepard. Well, government says it is taking steps to save BPL with the tabling of a new bill in the House of Assembly that could possibly lead to its privatization. Joshua Williams reports on the financial hole the power company finds itself in and whether privatization is the necessary next step in the Davis administration's push to solve the power company's problems.
Prime Minister Philip Davis hinting at a potential shakeup at BPL that could split the company into three distinct entities. The news comes after Energy Minister JoBeth Colby Davis tabled a new energy bill in the House of Assembly this week as government seeks to pull BPL out of a $1 billion hole. For decades, BPL has struggled to manage and maintain its assets. But the Davis administration says it hopes the legislation will put the power provider on a path to efficiency and profitability. Here's Davis's response to questions about the potential split.
It is designed to bring efficiencies that we could afford to bring to the country at this time. It is designed to ensure that it can accommodate. It's a legal construct to be able to accommodate and give the government flexibility to do what it thinks is right for the Bahamian people.
The new bill also seeks to repeal and replace the existing Electricity Act 2015, modernizing and consolidating the law for electrical supply throughout different means. This adjustment also expected to give the Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority regulatory oversight of the renewable energy industry. Back in March, Davis admitting BPL is in dire straits. This coupled with pressure from consumers and the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union over the power company's future, pushing government to act. But concerns over its privatization remain. Another possibility causing concern for consumers in Grand Bahama is regulatory oversight currently held by the Grand Bahama Port Authority being reassigned to ERCA through the new legislation.
That flexibility exists. We are in discussions with the strategic partners to assist us in the journey that we see.
The opposition has not been quiet on government's handling of BPL operations, offering solutions it believes can help remedy the problems. Opposition leader Michael Pintard says the position has not changed.
We ought to lay out clearly what the vision is to retire the legacy debt, to make sure that we pump money into refurbishing the dilapidated infrastructure, that we pump money into retooling the workforce, and then, of course, we should look at we have no difficulty with looking at any possible strategic partnerships. What we do not support is the clandestine maneuvers that this government is presently engaged in. The Prime Minister is involved with a number of private deals that he's doing. We will not do that. Anything we do will involve competitive bidding, an open discussion with the public around how we achieve the things I just mentioned.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. Meanwhile, opposition leader Michael Pintard says he's not convinced about the findings of a new Bahamas National Statistical Institute report on quarterly GDP performance in 2023. The recently released report found significant economic growth in 2023 when compared to the same quarters of 2022, the most notable a 9.9% increase. Prime Minister Davis hailing the report as good news and a testament to the work his administration has carried out. But Pintard disagrees, claiming the effects of this reported growth are not trickling down to the Bahamian people.
The fact of the matter is the Bahamas economy is growing at a lower rate than is necessary to absorb those persons who are coming out of school and those persons who have been discouraged for applying for jobs. So our real discussion should be, are we growing at the rate required to address the recurring needs and the emerging needs of this economy? And the short answer, by all objective assessments, is no, it's not growing at the same rate.
And Pintard says he believes the discussion and focus needs to change.
We should get out of this business of just focusing on pre-pandemic numbers, and we should look at what do we need to do to fix the guts of this economy, the structural problems of this economy, to grow at a rate that's going to benefit the majority of Bahamians. And right now, we are not there. So there's a lot of work to do, and both sides must find a way to work on how do we put in place a more equitable tax system, how do we improve the ease of doing business in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and how does this government move to tighten its belt because they are squandering money that's needed for scarce services, medication in clinics, etc.
And speaking of government finance, a financial literacy expo organized by Central Bank of the Bahamas this past Friday brought scores of high school students who were not merely spectators but active participants. The event stands as a testament to the bank's unwavering commitment to empowering the next generation with invaluable insights into the extensive spectrum of financial possibilities within their reach, while also helping them plan for the future.
Today's event really is to engage with high school students, to introduce them to some of the digital payment providers, provide them some education around Sand Dollar. We also have, as part of the experience today, the presence of the credit bureau operators and the deposit insurance. So we also want people to get some feel for, financial sector in general.
That was Central Bank Governor John Roll addressing this year's Financial Literacy Expo at the bank's Art Gallery. The initiative, coinciding with Financial Literacy Month, recognized globally in April. But this year's event took a different spin, focused exclusively on educating the next generation of leaders. Public Relations Officer Kevin Demerit emphasized the importance of equipping students with financial knowledge.
Once we have our young people understanding and involved in financial literacy, getting better in understanding what's going on in the economy, that's going to translate to the next generation. They'll be more comfortable in using more financial literacy products in terms of digital payment. What we want to do is really provide information to our young people at a point where they can begin, that becomes a normal, natural part of their lives.
The event aimed to empower students with essential financial skills ranging from budgeting to understanding digital payment systems, giving students the opportunity to engage with representatives from various financial service providers including Sand Dollar, Sun Cash, and Canoe. Canoe PR and Communications Officer is Sieska Adderley.
Canoe Pays is a digital payments application, so it gives you the ability to make transactions digitally using your smartphone, a QR code, online, all that good stuff. And so we're here to promote financial literacy and letting the students know that even from their standpoint and from their vantage point, they're able to use their phone and make transactions, whether that's topping up, whether that's sending money. Right now, we're actually in a school, so you will have the ability to, pay all of your school bills, buy lunch.
Through these engagements, students gained practical insights into managing their finances effectively, helping Central Bank meet a commitment of promoting financial literacy among the youth while preparing them for financial responsibilities in the years to come. All right, when our news weekend comes back from the break, we'll show you the $50,000 donation to the Ministry of Agriculture from the Chinese, how it's expected to boost farming efficiency and reduce manual labor. Plus, Soulful Sundays presents Bahamian artist Navandria Lyric and the Essence Band. The homegrown talent takes the mega stage, promising a mix of soul, R&B, and island vibes. It's all coming up when our news weekend returns.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
39 foreign nationals recently intercepted by the United States Coast Guard in Key Largo and Biscayne Bay, Florida, are now in local immigration custody. Among them are 10 Ecuadorians, 1 Dominican, and 28 Haitians. According to the Department of Immigration, the individuals were handed over to local authorities on Friday, April 19th. and were transported to Carmichael Road Detention Center this past Wednesday for processing. The group now facing charges including illegal landing, illegal embarkation, and overstaying. Well, with a number of recent accidents and fatalities reported over the past few weeks, road safety may be top of mind for everyone. Cable Bahamas Group of Companies Engineering Department tackling the issue head-on. Sasha Lightbourne shares the story.
Engineers at Cable Bahamas are practically living on the road. With a fleet of over 100 vans canvassing New Providence every single day, engineers are expected to handle some sophisticated telecoms equipment. Working with all that high-tech gear requires serious skills to dodge danger at every turn. And with recent accidents and fatalities hanging heavy in the air, their jobs can get pretty nerve-wracking. At their latest quarterly meeting, engineers collaborated with the safety team to tackle issues of road safety head-on. They got the 411 from a man who knows best, Police Constable 4621 Gator. Gator schooled them on everything from mastering roundabouts to making that tricky left turn on red, and even how to properly handle merging lanes.
Some people, whilst driving, they don't know, right? And when you bring it up and explain to them, they tend to know. You know, like some people don't know how to use the roundabout. Some people think they do, but they really don't. And when you tell them, say, hey, this is how to use the roundabout, they're like, oh wow, what I thought, and then you could answer their question as they ask.
Officer Gator says more corporate organizations should take a page out of Cable Bahamas' book and spoke specifically to when people get in accidents in company vehicles.
Most people think that because they're driving a company vehicle, they feel that the company will be responsible, all right? That's not the case. You're liable because you're the driver, you're the person driving behind the wheel. So you have to always pay attention to what you do.
Cable Bahamas' Senior Manager of Networking Implementation and Engineering is Swithin Burrows.
Officer Gator came in and he shared some insights on not only traffic management, which is a critical component of how our employees conduct their work ethics through the course of the day, but it also brought a new sense of awareness in terms of us being cognizant of how it affects the pedestrian and motoring public.
Reporting for our news, I'm Sasha Lightbourne.
All right, thanks for that, Sasha. A $50,000 donation that included tractors and agricultural machinery was made to the Ministry of Agriculture this week from the Chinese embassy. The donation is just one of several the embassy has made to the agriculture sector over the past few weeks. Accepting the donation on behalf of the ministry was Minister Jomo Campbell, who says the donation will assist with enhancing output for farmers while reducing manual labor.
These tractors will greatly assist our land cultivating processes, increase productivity, and improve efficiency in our farming practices for lands in both New Providence and Grand Bahama. With access to this state-of-the-art machinery, our farmers will be able to enhance their output, reduce manual labor, and ultimately boost their livelihoods.
Making the donation on behalf of the Chinese embassy was Huan Governor General Wai Ming Mao through an interpreter. He says it's all about continuing to strengthen the partnership between both countries.
This handover of agricultural machine will be a huge boost to the modernization and the mechanization of the agriculture sector of Bahamas. We do believe that bosom friends can never be separated by distance. By joining hands together, I believe we can carry out more in-depth and extend cooperation with each other.
Well, still to come on Our News Weekend, Blue Lagoon Island unveils exciting additions. Entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller, she shows us thrilling water activities and nostalgic delights.
New Providence private high schools wrap up their soccer seasons, and we take you up north for some track and field. Weekend sports is up next.
This is Our News. Thanks for staying with us. New Providence Independent School Soccer comes to a climatic finish, and we highlight some young athletes in Grand Bahama. Tej Adderley is here with our Sports Weekend.
Thanks, Cadino. It's great to have you with us on the weekend. Good evening. I'm Tej Adderley with Weekend Sports. Another exciting season of high school soccer wrapped up in New Providence. Let's meet our champions. The Bahamas Association of Independent Secondary Schools Soccer Championships were played this past week at the Roscoe A. Davies Field in New Providence. Queens College won the junior girls, beating St. Andrews 4-1. St. Andrews claimed the junior boys title in penalties after a hard-fought 2-2 stalemate, overcoming Windsor Academy 6-5 in penalties. Liferkey International School, the Dragons swept the senior divisions, with the senior girls routing St. Andrews 4-0, and their senior boys winning in penalties after a hard-fought 3-3 tie in regulation against Windsor. They had to go to penalties, where Lyford came out with the 4-1 win. Congratulations to our new champs. All the schools, private and public, will come together again to play in nationals next month. Now we're headed up north, where Grand Bahama's best took to the track.
And to you, young, vibrant, exceptional athletes, I want to say, as athletes, sporting activities are very important to your life. Through sports, you learn to work hard, how to push your limits, you learn discipline, respect, leadership, teamwork, and you make friends.
That's Minister for Grand Bahama Ginger Moxie welcoming young athletes to the Grand Bahama Fidelity Bank Freeport City Council All-Island Primary Track and Field Championships yesterday. 20 schools participated in the meet, with Hugh Campbell Primary taking the win by a wide margin. Freeport Gospel Chapel came second, and Walter Parker Primary was 2.5 points behind them to round out the top three. The athletes talked about their experience.
I felt good. I placed second in my race. It was a very good race. Just a little competition with my girl from Holmes Rock.
I don't usually practice track. I practice swimming, but I know that I have good endurance, I have good speed, I have good power.
The wind was pushing back on me, so it was hard to trying to get more speed and get more forward, because I had to push hard because the wind was pulling back on me.
And that is a wrap for sports on this Sunday evening. Regardless going on right now in Exuma, we'll be sure to have those results for you tomorrow. For our sports, I'm Tej Adderley.
All right, thanks so much for that, Tej. We've got lots happening this weekend, including Nassau Cruise Sports Soulful Sundays. We're going to delve into tomorrow's debut as Navandria Lyric and the Essence Band set to take the mega stage there. Plus, reliving childhood memories at Blue Lagoon Island. We've got those stories when Our News Weekend comes back. Welcome back to Our News. We've had beautiful conditions across the islands this weekend. What you can expect for the rest of the weekend and into next week. Here now with your extended weather forecast is meteorologist Ian McKenzie. Ian?
Thanks, Kendino, and good evening, Bahamas. Welcome to your Saturday evening forecast. We are currently outside our studios. We're under a few clouds, comfortable temperature of 76. Feels like also 76. Winds are from the east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. Current temperatures across the country at this time in our nation's second city, Freeport. We have 75 also in Marsh Harbor and Governor's Harbor under rain cool temperatures. 76 in the capital, 77s across Alistown, Great Harbor Key, and Nicholstown, Andros. Continue with those 77s in the Central Bahamas, Camps Bay, also 77 in Deadman's Key, Long Island, 76 in Georgetown, 75 in Arthurstown and Coburn Town, San Salvador. The Southeast Bahamas, Duncan Town at 77, as well as Delectable Bay, Colonel and Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, 80 in Matthew Town, 76 in Abraham's Bay, Maguana, 78 in Providenciales, Turks and Caicos. First look at our satellite and radar imagery right now, where we have a broad area of high pressure across us, producing brisk northeast easterly winds. We have few clouds out in the Atlantic with that onshore breeze, so we may see 1 or 2 pockets of showers throughout the course of the night and into tomorrow. Boating forecasts across all areas. We have an advisory in place, as well as we're asking you swimmers to exercise caution out there as well. Winds northeast east 15 to 25, seas 5 to 8 feet. High tide at 11:12 p.m., low tide at 5:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now we want to look at this map showing an area of severe thunderstorm activity mainly across the Midwest, the U.S. So you have any friends, loved ones, relatives in that area, call, check up on them. We have a rare phenomenon. It's a severe thunderstorm, what they call it, a tornado emergency, okay, for that Tornado Alley area. So check on your loved ones. Looking now at our extended forecast, beautiful conditions expected throughout the course of the week. We're getting up only into the low 80s, seasonally below average, with your low temperatures dipping down into the upper 70s. That's a wrap in the evening forecast. Make it a great, safe Rhythm Nation night, everyone.
All right, thanks so much for that, Ian. Well, this Sunday, the Nassau Cruise Port will host its first installment of Soulful Sundays, curated to satisfy the need in the market for more grown and sultry events. NCP Assistant Events Manager Aisha Roll tells us it's crucial for the port to adhere to the port's declaration that the amphitheater is for local talent.
We have a very good happy hour that's going now with our corporate crowd, but we wanted to present something where people can come out in their good clothes and their good shoes and have a good time for a few hours. You know, nothing too long-winded, but you get a good couple hours of entertainment, good champagne brought to you by Veuve Clicquot. Thank you to Commonwealth Brewery for partnering with us on this. But we really wanted Soulful Sundays to be something for the niche market that don't get to go out too much, that the mom, the parents that are constantly home dealing with the kids. This quarterly event is now something for them to look forward to.
Now listen to this lineup. You've got Bahamian-born artist Navandria Lyric and the Essence Band. Navandria expressing to us how she felt when she received a call about performing on the mega stage. As for what genre of music we can expect.
Grown and sexy, sultry, smooth, R&B, soul, reggae.
All right, if you want to learn more on the event, be sure and follow the Nassau Cruise Port on all its social media platforms. All right, Blue Lagoon Island. It's known for its fun-filled water activities and marine-based educational programs. It also sparks a sense of nostalgia for many Bahamians, me included. Danielle Miller introduces us to what's new on the island.
There's a summer spot filled with activities that will always be etched in my heart. I am talking about none other than Blue Lagoon Island.
When I was growing up, it was a rite of passage for kids to visit Blue Lagoon Island. Whether it was with your family, a school field trip, youth groups, and summer camps. It all begins with the boat ride. On this day, we had to dock at the southern entrance due to the tide. However, this unexpected twist allowed us to venture to parts of the island I've never seen before. Now, I will admit, I have not visited Blue Lagoon in the last 10 years, but I never knew the island was so big. And it's just not the size that caught me off guard, but the upgrades that they've done. Here's Public Relations Officer Jessica Robertson.
Because Blue Lagoon caters to all ages. We have the beach day, and that is access to our regular lagoon beach, which, as you have seen, is beautiful. It's shallow, it's protected, so even on a really rough day, you can have a nice swim in there. It includes lunch, and it includes access to the inflatable aqua park as well. We also have an adults-only beach day, which is a lot of fun, and it includes unlimited Bahama Mamas and butler service, and a different buffet lunch is included for that as well, and no kids are allowed. Then we have the marine side of the island, and so you can do the dolphin encounter, or you can do the dolphin swim, which is amazing, and you get in the water as you did, and you get to swim with the dolphins in their natural habitat. We also have sea lions, and you can do an encounter with the sea lions, and we have sharks and stingrays.
For those interested in a beach day, the island is currently having a special for locals until May 15th. This includes a beach day, aqua park, and lunch. It doesn't include the adults-only beach. You can call their office for more information. As Jessica mentioned, I did do the dolphin swim. Finally. This picture with my godfather was the closest I got to doing any marine activities until now. Tune into Our News tomorrow night to watch my dolphin swim. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, that looks like so much fun. I'm so glad, Denny, you got to finally do the dolphin swim. And that beach day sounds like a lot of fun. Definitely going to try and get out there as soon as I can. And hopefully you can too. With that, we thank you for joining us for Our News Weekend. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Candino Knowles. Have a safe and wonderful weekend.